All right, I'm here with my good buddy Dillon Miller. Dillon and I have been friends for
We've known each other.
maybe like 15 years.
Yeah, we've known
10,
each other
15
for about
years.
15 years probably.
So we've been great friends for a while. And I want to start a new thing on YouTube called a Bigger Than series. So here Dillon and I are fishing, but it's bigger than fishing. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Dillon a few questions and really just get different perspectives from different people. And I feel like Dillon's a great person to ask because Dillon is very smart, he's very knowledgeable, and he's very driven, very passionate about life. So,
Thank you.
First question, you're welcome. First question, what do you learn about yourself, Dillon?
Recently, I've been learning about myself that I'm starting to learn not to entirely worry about other people's opinions about me and mainly focus on doing what makes me happy and what I find joy in. I used to, try and worry about pleasing everybody else.
Yeah.
But now I've just been kind of pretty much just enjoying life, doing what I think makes me have fun and everything. And I'm also learning I'm more of a outdoorsy person than what I originally thought. When I lived in Laverne, there wasn't really a whole lot of outdoor activities to do, and I'm actually starting to learn now that I've moved more into the country. I actually enjoy a lot more
Yeah.
nature activities, I guess.
Yeah. All right, question number 2.
How, if or when?
Oh, how will you know if and when you are successful, Dillon?
I honestly think, like, when you get older, or when people get older, I think the main, gauge would be a good word for it. Like a good gauge to determine how successful you are, I think, is by your happiness, honestly. I think, because you can be extremely wealthy and really come home at the end of the day and not be, like, I guess, satisfied, because you always, it feels like something's missing. And then at the same time, with that, some people, they may not be as wealthy, but they come home every day and they're very content with everything that's going on. And yeah, they know that they're not, like, in the most, I guess, financial stable position, but they're still really happy with their situation and everything. I think as long as you have pretty much a good family and a good setting and everything, I think that's how I would determine me being successful, as long as I'm happy with everything that I've got at
Yeah.
the time.
I hear you for sure. One thing that Dillon mentioned, his family and the people around him. I think Dillon does a phenomenal job at that. Dillon is such a good friend because he's not caught up in selfishness. Dillon's a very selfless person. He's a great person to be around because it's never about him. It's always about other people. And I don't know if he does that on purpose or what, but that's just who he is. And so we'll roll into question 3. Question 3 is, what does fishing, what we're doing now, we haven't caught anything yet, but we're fishing.
We're struggling on that aspect, but
So
it's okay.
what-
We're having fun.
We are. What does fishing teach us about life, Dillon?
I think the biggest thing, honestly, that it teaches is patience, which obviously that's like, I feel like that's one of the most obvious answers for it, but I can give another one in a minute. But really, like, it teaches you, because a lot of people probably, if they don't catch anything in the first, like, 15 minutes, they're probably sitting there like, well, dang, this sucks. Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
But eventually the goal is, to finally catch something that's pretty good size. And I think it obviously takes a lot of patience for fishing, because as you can see, we haven't caught anything. We've been out here for probably, like 20 minutes. You've got some bites. I haven't gotten anything, but it's still fun. I think fishing also, I'd honestly say it can teach you, I don't know, one of the experiences that I get with fishing with people is it brings conversations.
Yeah.
So it can teach you, honestly, like, a lot about unless you fish by yourself, but if you fish with other people, it can teach you a lot about the person you're fishing with.
Yeah, for sure.
Because there's not really, all you do when you fish is just sit and talk, or, you know, pretty much what we've been doing, just talk and get to know each other and everything.
Yeah.
So I think fishing teaches you patience, and if you fish with someone else, it can teach you a lot about the people that you're with and everything, and that's what I'd say. I don't know if you agree with those.
Oh yeah, I agree 100%. I think the coolest thing about fishing and really anything else we do with other people is just that opportunity of fellowship. Like Dylan was saying, I feel like we take for granted being around other people, and I feel like we're kind of all seeing that with what's going on with the coronavirus and quarantine and all that. And so I really enjoy being out here with Dylan, and I can't thank him enough for being out here with me, because I value his friendship, and I know he values my friendship too.
100%. I wouldn't be out here if I didn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't enjoy out here.
And so I hope as we go forward, we can continue to value relationships, because at the end of the day, we were made to love other people. We were made to be around other people. We weren't made to merely exist. We were made to love other people. And so we were made to be relational. And so I can't thank Dylan. I love him so much. He's a great friend. If you know Dylan, you know that all of this is true. And if you don't know Dylan, you need to get to know him.
No, I agree with what you're saying, though, in terms of, like, especially around this time, like, with all that's going on, it really shows you how much, like, we take for granted the time that we spend with people and everything. Because at the time, like, when we were still at school playing baseball and everything, we probably took for granted some of those moments, like, oh, I wish, like, we could just, you know, have a break or something. Now, I know I have, I'm sure you have too, like, there's some days you're probably thinking, dang, I wish we could have a practice right about now.
Yeah.
Something like that. So.
And I forgot to mention, Dylan and we play baseball together at college at Cumberland University. And so whenever we're at school, we spend a lot of time together. It's an everyday thing for
probably about 8 hours a day.
For about 8 hours a day. We spend some time in class, and we spend a whole lot of time at baseball. All right. Well, I guess that's all we got. Thank y'all for listening.